seen. But that don't mean it's something that you're destined to repeat. Oh, you're stronger than you think. You know it has to end, but you don't know where to start. You can pack your bags and I'll meet you where you are. Oh, I'll be waiting in the car. In the dead of night, on that broken road, I won't let you walk alone.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the visiting sideline, there's head coach Shane Steichen. His guys, well, they're struggling at this point in the year. Just 2 wins over their last 7. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Chris Boswell has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go for 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Now Spears to begin the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expecting.
And he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a man who played his college ball in Happy Valley, their rookie quarterback from Penn State.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first. I think everyone would love to see him finish number 1, including himself.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They go to Johnson again. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. The Steelers had 10-6 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Short throw to Smith. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And the catch made by Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Firemove. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's taken in by Spears. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he enters this final weekend of the regular season as the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 6. Completes it to Austin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, but you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A give up the middle to Johnson. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's another Steelers 1st down.
Up the middle, Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Juwan Bentley there to get him down.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, the big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit, and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Throwing. Prescott. That is caught. It's spanned forward. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 20. First down, Cowboys.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
At the 46-yard line.
Prescott down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And again, it's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Cowboy first down.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle. Hauled in by Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And here's a give to Spears. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Hand off to Spears. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
So after the touchdown, Auburn now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now it's his carry for Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff to Johnson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darnell Washington, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have cut the lead back down to 2. Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings them within a point now. It's 14-13. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
The fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. Now Prescott. He completes this one to Mingo. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Prescott from the gun. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Here's Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
To throw is Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. They'll throw now on the final play. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, that is incomplete. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen in our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Here we go, the final weekend of the regular season, Week 18. Sort it out Sunday. Let's get to sorting. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the Texans. And it's Malik Neighbors. He's going to run a deep route, look it in, and he's gone. How about an 84-yard catch and run for the touchdown? Why don't we go over to Charm City now, check in on the Ravens as they host the Cleveland Browns. And this is Zay Flowers, playing like street football. Everyone go deep, and this time it works. This is going to wind up as an 85-yard catch and run for the touchdown. One more to tell you about. We go to Jacksonville, the Jags taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And it's the former collegiate star here in the Sunshine State, Anthony Richardson. On target with that one, he had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. With that, let's give you a look here at the current playoff picture. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters, a 1-point game at the half, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 105 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On the give, here's McBride. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on an opening drive in the second half. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Play fake. Here's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Spears with another carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Prescott. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. On play action, Prescott. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Here's a run by Spears. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Prescott down. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's got his target. That's complete. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And the Cowboys.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now throw again. Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36.
Second down and a yard. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to get down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
33-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Second and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he finds Austin complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Boswell good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start on the ground with Spears. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tajay Spears, 71 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted. And this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
On 3rd and short, they try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. He'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's one deep for Pickens. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The offense on third down, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 10. He's got him in. Complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, 76 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Y'all gotta calm my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And it's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They run to Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running from the gun, Johnson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 163 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
70 Lions.
Again, it's Johnson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike. But it's not going to work. They'll go down. They got him. Osa Odighizuwa busting through to get him for a loss of 6. A big play looming on 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19.
They'll drop the throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert. Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8.
That's a gain of 4.
Now Dak. too wide and incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here now, 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Here's 2nd and a yard. Running it, Washington. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And he got it. He puts it through, and it's the ultimate capper to the regular season. And the Steelers have won the game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed in intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, It will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.